my ops get money like me. Hell nah, can't kinda hunt like me. Jennifer got can't dress like me. Catch a bad hoe, you can't fall like me. Yeah, they say life a gamble. Shit, guess he can't roll the dice like me. Yeah, these niggas down by fame. Shit, I'm down by money. Yeah.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? Y'all already know who it is. YSK back in the building, man. And today I'm coming at y'all. Hey, y'all already see who on the screen. Little Dr. Umar. And if y'all know who this is, I ain't gonna lie, he be saying some of the funniest shit, bro. About anything. And the topic of the day is Shedeur Sanders not making well, I mean, he made the draft, but I mean, Shedeur Sanders getting drafted in the 5th round. So I guess he telling Deion Sanders to sue. Like, that's the title of the video. So we gonna see what he talking about in this video, man. But y'all boys already know what to do, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that notification button so y'all don't miss no post when I post a video. And hit that like button too, man. So you just get the algorithm back up for this page. I remember about that giveaway I told y'all, man. Y'all join the Discord if y'all want to be a part of the giveaway, man. We almost coming up on the goal for the first giveaway. So just keep running it up, man. We're going to be back out there soon. I ain't too much tripping, but without no further ado, we finna see what Dr. Umar talking about.
How you feel about this situation with Shedeur Sanders, him getting drafted in the 5th round?
The Shedeur Sanders scandal, as I'm going to call it. Not a scandal on his part, but a scandal on the racist NFL part. To me, is a reminder to every black man in America. No matter how rich, no matter how wealthy, no matter how famous, you are still a ninja in this society. And you better never forget that. First of all, Shedeur Sanders was my favorite college football player for the past couple of years. He's probably going to be my second favorite football player behind Jalen Hurts. I even heard that the Eagles were interested in him. But I believe, allegedly, that the NFL owners got together. And I do believe, unlike my good brother Stephen A. Smith, and I do believe, unlike my good brother Stephen A. Smith, that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, I believe, allegedly, was also involved on this scandal to embarrass, humiliate, and sabotage both Deion Sanders and his son Shedeur on draft day. I believe that all 32 NFL team owners and their executives and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, I believe they all came together in a KK Ku Klux Klan type of clandestine meeting, and they decided, allegedly, I believe, that they were going to embarrass, humiliate, and sabotage both Deion Sanders and his son, Shedeur Sanders, on draft day.
I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Umar, that is a outlandish remark right there, my boy. Like, that made me pull out a word out the dictionary on his ad. Like, that remark right there is, let me think of a word. Jaw-dropping, like, you saying anything. But I mean, he might be saying the right anything, but that's still anything for him to say that. Like, ooh, that boy better sleep with one eye open. Cause hey, if they got enough powder, hey, let me shut the fuck up. You feel me? Hey, that boy tripping though.
Everybody who is anybody, Art, in the world of sports, whether you are amateur, novice, professional, expert, everyone had Shedeur Sanders being picked in the top 10. Nobody had him sliding out of the top 25. Nobody, anywhere, anyhow, had Shedeur Sanders out of the top 25 Most had him in the 10. Some people like myself had him in the top 3. Some had him as number 1. Because as you know, the quarterback position is one of the toughest positions to fill on any football team, let alone NFL. Travis Hunter goes twice. Congratulations to Travis. I'm happy for him. Cam Ward, University of Miami. He goes first. Congratulations to Cam Ward. I'm happy for that brother. Wish him the best. Him and Shador was really the toss up for number 1. Who would be 1? Who would be 2? Him, Shador, and Travis were assumed to be the top 3 picks. However order they came, most people thought Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter. So we're watching the NFL draft. And by the way, everybody watched the draft to see where Shador was going. Cam Ward went 1. Travis went 2. The only person left, Art, to watch to see where they fell was who? Shador Sanders. So guess what? No team selected him in the first round. Even teams that needed a starting quarterback and teams that needed a good backup quarterback. Second round comes. No teams again. Third round comes. No teams again. Fourth round comes. No teams again. And then in the 5th round, Art, Shador Sanders, one of the easily top 5 best football players in college last year, the only quarterback, the only one last year, Art, to complete 80% of his passes, an FBS record. Shador Sanders was the only quarterback to complete 80% of his passes in the entire FBS, and he doesn't get selected until number 144. 144. He was at the bottom of the first half of all of those who were drafted. Out of 230-something draftees, Shador comes in at 144. Nobody can convince anybody that Shador was only the 144th best player in this year's draft. You know what?
Hey, he spent some facts, though.
Was, Art? This was the NFL plantation slave masters. This was the NFL's plantation slave masters coming together to remind Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, and Black America that you have no say-so here. You have no power here. And if you ever think that you are our equal, we will destroy you. Art, by sabotaging Shador and pushing him to the 5th round, they sabotaged his pay. They sabotaged his pay. A top 3 pick in the NFL draft is guaranteed, Art, usually to get a contract worth at least $40 million. Easily. Top 3 pick, $40 million or greater. Shador ends up number 144 of the 5th round. He may get a $4-5 million pick. In the grand scheme of things, not a big deal, Art. Why? He already has an NIL deal. His father just signed a nice contract. His brother Shiloh, I believe, is a walk-on at Tampa Bay. They're going to be all right. They're not hurting for money, but that's not the point, Art. They had no right to embarrass and humiliate and sabotage the Sanders family like the way that they did. Now, everybody knows I did not appreciate the way Deion Sanders left Jackson State. Everybody knows I did not appreciate the way Deion Sanders left HBCU Jackson State. But that's in the past now. We can't do nothing about it. I stand in solidarity with the Sanders family over this because this is wrong. And whether it's Shannon Sharp or Carmelo Anthony or Shador Sanders, an attack on any black man is an attack on every black man. This was wrong. And I'm hoping that Deion and Shador will sue the NFL for racial discrimination and collusion against Shador on draft day. This ain't the end of this, Art. They need to sue. Do not let this go, Dion. Do not let this go, Shador. Do not let this go. Because guess what, Art? What better karma could Shador get from this than to sue the NFL and get all $40+ million back that they robbed from him on draft day? Think about it, Art. If he sues and wins, he will get all of the $40+ million they robbed from him on draft day, plus a whole lot more.
But if he sues, though, what if he sues the NFL and then they just don't bring him to the NFL no more? Like, he could easily sue the NFL and then no NFL team will pick him up. Like, so that's not worth it. I'm not gonna lie.
And he can change the rules to make sure this never happens again. I know he don't want to do that. I know Deion Sanders is not the activist athlete that Muhammad Ali or Colin Kaepernick were. I understand that. But Deion, you might got to go RBG on this one. You might got to go straight Black Panther on this one, because what they did to your son was unacceptable. And Deion was quoted. Somebody said, maybe this was God's will or something to that effect. And Deion Sanders said, this wasn't God. This was nothing but the devil. This wasn't God. This was nothing but the devil. And Deion is right. So why did they do this, Art? Why did the NFL plantation do this? Because the slave masters felt like they needed to remind the slaves who's in charge of the plantation. See, let's understand something, Art. Deion Sanders is the greatest defensive back in NFL history. He's one of the greatest athletes America has ever seen. Deion Sanders is the only human being to ever play in a World Series and a Super Bowl. Let me say that again. Deion Sanders is the only human being that I'm aware of to have played in the World Series of baseball and the Super Bowl of the NFL. He won 2 rings. He won one of those rings for the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. And yet the owner of the Dallas Cowboys didn't see fit to speak up and speak out about one of his players, former players, who won him a Super Bowl. But that's neither here nor there. This shows Black America, Art, that white folks always stick together when they feel like their power is threatened. See, they never got a chance. They never got a chance to punish Deion as a player. Deion was his own man. He said how he felt. He did what he wanted to do. He survived the plantation. And then he got the audacity to end up at the University of Colorado, which I didn't support and really don't now, but I want him to be successful because what has happened has happened. But he's at the University of Colorado, takes them to a winning record in a bowl game in 2 years. He signs a new contract that's worth more than what a lot of coaches are making in the NFL. And as a college team, not even a top 10 team, Deion Sanders is getting more media coverage and game day coverage than NFL teams. They hate Deion. They don't like Deion. And they wanted to humble Deion. But what was so sad and classless about this, Art? What was so sad and classless about this, Art? They did it through his son. This wasn't about Shador. This was about Deion. This wasn't about Shador. This was about Deion. This was about showing Shador, Shiloh, and the entire Black America who loves Deion Sanders. This was about showing the slaves who runs this plantation. And they did it in such demonic form, diabolical form, and they didn't stop there, Art.
Yeah, then they die my whole shit. They ain't gon' bury me. I put too many grams in my leaf. Kept me a shot, yeah, I better take keep. I don't trust no hoe, I don't trust my mom. Shit, cause she ain't gon' turn on me. Oh no, oh no.